Hey, how are you? Good morning. It's Mary Bicknell, your regret-proof life coach, your business kick-ass get shit done. The question I have for you today, it's just like I get fixated on this, right? I get stuck on this. I get stuck on you continually saying, I'm stuck. It's so frustrating, right? It's so frustrating because it's like this constant choice. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Why are you choosing to stay stuck? This is what I've really been pondering. Why are you choosing to stay stuck? You have an answer for this. How many women come to me all the time and they're like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I'm so confused. I feel stuck. I don't know how to get out of this. And yet you're not doing anything at all to ask for help. You're asking like this. I don't know what to do. I'm stuck. And then you do nothing. You don't hire somebody. You don't take a course. You don't read a book. Like, why the fuck not? What the fuck? Why are you not asking for help? Do you realize the most costly thing in your life is you continuing to do it all alone? And whether or not you hire me, you can go to my website or you hire somebody else, get some help. Get someone to help you look into your life, look into your business, and figure out what is keeping you where you are. And you know what it's going to come down to? It's going to come down to your thinking. It's going to come down to your belief systems. It's going to come down to you being freaked out that your mom is judging you or your sister's like, you're going to be an entrepreneur. You're going to have your own business. Oh my God. I would never do that. You're so worried about what everybody else is thinking. You are wasting your precious moments here on this face of this earth. I am so fired up today about this for you. My goal is that you get it. You get it. You get that if you are having the same freaking conversation in your head day in and day out and day in and day out, it's because you're not willing. You're not willing to get help. You're like, well, I don't know. Is it worth it for me to take that? Is it worth it for me to hire somebody? When you ask that question, is it worth it for me to do that? You are coming from, you're bringing all your poverty and lack mindset. You're bringing all that with you. And for those of you who want to have businesses and you're not selling anything, it's because you're not sold on the fact that you can help somebody. It's probably because you've not really taken the input or hired somebody to help you. If you've never sought out your own personal development, you will not be able to have value. You will not understand the value of it for your clients, your prospects, your potential people. It doesn't matter what you're selling. If you're selling yoga and you don't have an incredible yoga body that is feels alive and flexible and you're not going to be able to say, oh, buy my yoga package. If you are a relationship coach and you are not sold on having someone else look into your brain and your thinking and your beliefs, if you're not sold on that for your own evolution, your own expansion, it will be impossible for you to be successful to the level that you say that you want in your life and your business. Again, whether it's me, whether it's somebody else, I don't even care. I don't care. Get help. Get help. Get somebody who's saying, why are you on TV all the time? See, you're in your own world thinking I'm just, is it worth it? Is it worth it? Is it worth me giving up, looking at the Kardashians? Is it worth it to look at all this other distraction shit? And then you just become a floating head. And the more you become that floating head where you're disconnected with what you're doing, you're disconnected with your feelings, you're disconnected with your behavior, you're disconnected with your results, it's years later. It's years later. And you're like, oh my God. And the more you're the floating head, the more you look back on what you didn't do, your doubt, your self-doubt and your self-trust just gets higher and higher and stronger. And that's the muscle you're building. And you become more afraid and more afraid and more afraid and more stuck. And I'm so stuck. And oh my God, I've been stuck for fucking years. You're stuck for fucking years because you keep asking the wrong questions. You keep asking yourself, is it worth it? Instead of asking, what's the value that I'm going to have out of this? What am I going to get out of this? What am I willing to do? Not what do I have to give up? You know what? You have to give a shit ton up. You have to give a lot up if you want the life that you say you want. You have to give up a bunch of shit that doesn't matter, including what everybody else is saying about you or you think they are. You have to give up this like, so you're kissing every day this self-doubt baby. I'm giving my self-doubt baby all kinds of attention. No, you cannot continue to focus all on the doubt. You have to focus all on the possibility, all on the evolution, all on the growth, all on the truth that it takes work. It's like, what happened? Who is saying that this stuff doesn't take work? Now, I know I'm out there saying, like, I coach 3 days a week or 3 days a month. I do. I've been working my ass off for a long ass time. There are moments in my business that I am so focused, face down, working my ass off. And then there's days like today, like after I'm done this and I have my own personal coaching call, then I'm going for a nice hike. Thank you, Shannon. Right? I'm going to go do some stuff. But I've been working my ass off for months. And now is the season for me to be in thinking mode. I'm in thinking mode. I'm in writing mode. Thanks, Denise. Fuck yeah, baby! Look, why'd you hide that? Denise hid that comment. Or maybe it was Facebook because they said fuck. Look. Why am I so passionate? Like, I'm getting a hot flash and shit. Woof. Why? Why am I like so passionate about this for you? Because you're gonna be fucking dead forever. They say they would be like, you should not probably say you're gonna be dead forever. But that's the truth. This is our reality. This is our reality. This is why I created the Regret Proof Life program. This is why I say be bold, it's time. Because you have these moments in life right now. God, it just breaks my heart. And you know why I get you so bad? You know why I get you? Because I am you. I have been you. I understand. I did not want to hire a coach. I did not want to fork out all that fucking money I've spent. I've spent thousands and tens of thousands of dollars. At the time, I did not want to fork it out. And you know why? Because I was embarrassed that I didn't have the answers. I was so fucking embarrassed. I felt so stupid. I felt like I should know this. I just beat myself up. I should know how to do this. I didn't know how to do this. We don't all know how to build a business. Like, why would I think, like, look, how many of you, whoever you are moms, how many of you read all that, like, what to expect when you're pregnant? Like, I fucking read 1 million pregnant books. I read How to Be a Good Mom. I didn't know how to be a good mom. You know why I didn't know how to be a good mom? Because I didn't have one. I had no role model. So I bought every book and programs because I wanted to be the best mom. And what was I thinking when I hesitated on hiring somebody to help me build a business, change my thinking? And not just therapy. I've been in therapy, but you know what? I was the worst fucking therapy client ever. That's why I had to hire a Jungian analyst, because I would overthink, I would analyze. I'd be like, I don't know, I don't want to do what you're saying. Fucking do what your coach is saying. Do it. Stop thinking and do. Stop thinking the wrong thought. Think the intentional, the right thought that yes, this is worth it. Yes, I can do it. Yes, I can sustain the feeling of like fear. You're a floating head not doing shit is because you're terrified to feel the feelings. What feeling is worse? You're fucking 90 and you think, oh, I wasted my gift. The gift of being here, doing whatever it is. It's like you're so selfish in your like fear. This is what I got, you know? I realized that like I know how to do stuff and I can help people. And if my fear gets in the way of helping someone, I am being like incredibly selfish, incredibly self-absorbed. Like my ego, frankly, doesn't like the thought of being like so self-absorbed. You know, we think about pompous assholes, right? Who are like all narcissistic, all about themselves. But you know what? I think they're fucking nothing compared to you, who is so fucking self-absorbed and worried about Sally. What's Sally gonna say? What's Sally gonna say about my Facebook Live? Who fucking cares? Sally ain't paying your bills. Sally ain't having sex with you. Sally isn't going to hire you if she's judging you. Let her fucking go. Who cares? You guys, this takes work. This takes energy. This takes commitment. This takes all in. I mean, the people who are out there like just being slow and I can easily, you know, all I do is I post and I make $20,000. They are fucking lying to you. They are lying to you. Or they're delusional. Because what they fail to do is tell you, oh, you know what? I've had 3 other businesses. So I've run businesses before. And now I'm doing this over here. And look at me now, I can create something. They fail to tell you about their experience. And this is the point for you. Most of you minimize your experience. Once you finally own your experience, I promise you, your business will take off. Let me say that again, because I'm so emphatic about this, and this really is one of the things that pushes all kinds of buttons with my clients. They don't value all of their years of experience. The other day, I did something on credentials, so it's in here somewhere. I asked all the people in my free Facebook group, tell me about your credentials, and they listed out their initials, which mine are AA, BSW, MSW, LCSW. What they didn't do, and this is common for women, so don't feel bad. I'm not trying to shame you. I'm trying to give you a big fucking aha moment here. A big fucking aha moment. Is what they didn't do under credentials is they didn't say, I've been a mom for 25 years and I've helped kids, or I've lost 29 pounds. Like they haven't looked at what their experiences, what their years have brought to them. When they own that shit, bam! That's when the magic happens. That's when the big money happens. Do you get that? You get that? When you own all of who you are and you show up that way and you're like, fuck yeah, I can help you. That's when the moment of confidence comes. That's when people flock to you. That's when people are like, I want what you have. Because I know you want what I have. And you know what it is? You want this confidence that I show up in. You want, I talk about my lifestyle. It's not all about it's like, for me, it's like organic food, hanging out with my kid, having my husband home. He has his own business now. We're together all the time. Having a chance to actually break through all that BS shit I grew up with. Like, who do you think you are? What I want you to do, I want you to have your business and have your life because you want it for you, not for your kids, not for your husband, not for your sister, not for your church, not for your society, for you. Because you know what? You are the only person that really matters. And if you have a little come up right now, that's your codependent shit. You know what codependent is? Worrying more about somebody else's feelings than your own. And so I'm a mom. I'm not saying I'm an asshole mom. Of course, I'm an excellent mother and all of that. Of course, I'm compassionate and tendering. That's not what I mean. So if you're all in the I'm a mom first and my children come first. Really? Really? Do your children come so first that you're putting your life on the back burner? That's what they are seeing. That's what's happening. You're fucking them up. You're fucking them up by putting your focus so on them instead of showing up and saying, hey, I can be a great mom and I can have something that means something to me in my life. I want you to want your business, want your life, want your weight loss, want your relationship, want the book that you want to write, want whatever the hell you want to be, a great painter. Like, I don't care. Want it so much that it becomes a priority. So much that it's calendared. So you are committed to doing it daily. Allow your family to see your growth. Let it go. Ugh. You know, I wrote some notes here and I'm just riffing, obviously. I guess, you know what it really is? It just gets down to like judgment. It's just like I keep writing that over and over and over and over and over. Judgment. Worrying about the judgment. Worrying about the judgment. Worrying about it. Worrying about the judgment of other people. What would happen if you stop being that floating head of to-do? Stop being distracted by all, like your busy distraction. It's costing you your life. It's costing you thousands of dollars too. It's costing you maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars. This is why you hire a coach. This is why you hire a mentor. This is why you hire somebody to help you that says, like, stop fucking doing that. You know, some of my clients, they're like, hey, what do you think of this idea? I'm like, what do you think of it? It doesn't have to be all about what I think about it. I want you to start being what you think about it. Because if you're testing it and it doesn't go exactly right, that's invaluable. My job is to help you like see it differently, to shift that thinking, to shift that perspective. My life coaching clients, they're like, why am I procrastinating? Like, we work on that. Why are you procrastinating? Why are you in love with the struggle? You know, one of the things I talk about with River, and it's hard because she's in middle school. She came home crying the other day because of the mean girls. Isn't it funny, all the mean girls, their moms are the good Christians? Okay, that's a side note. Anyhow, it's like she's learning to navigate not being sheep, not being one of the fucking herd. I'm encouraging her to be alive, be her unique self. And it may hurt right now, just like maybe you all. I know I felt alone for a long time. And it was almost my own doing. I didn't celebrate my uniqueness. I didn't celebrate my boldness. I didn't celebrate it because I had been told, right? We're told that forever. Don't speak up. Girls shouldn't brag. Who do you think you are? What do you think you want? That's too much. Don't be too much, Mary. You're too much. Look, I had to tell River, like, I know. I mean, there's times people are like, whoa, that's a lot. And of course, I'm still like this in person. Like, y'all need to know. Like, this is how I can be totally in person. I can be like, yeah, and when I'm doing live talks and all that kind of stuff. You know, I'm also an introvert. FYI, I am an introvert. I love being alone. I am a homebody. The thing I've learned, though, is when I elevate my thinking, when I push through my struggles, when I challenge myself, I really am creating the life I want, and I'm shedding these layers of history and BS limiting thinking. Let me tell you about my life now. It's like I am able to do what I want when I want to. I put the work in so that it allows for that. You know, people come to me and they're like, well, I have a couple hours a week to work on my business. Well, good fucking luck making $1 million or even 50 grand anytime soon. Like, get in reality. If you need to spend a couple hours just working on your thinking. Let me say that again. If you're not investing a couple hours a week, just getting over your mental bullshit, your blind spots, what I call them, your fears, if you're not doing the work to elevate your thinking, and I teach you the results formula, right? It's like and this is classic cognitive behavioral because that's how I was trained and I believe it. What you think about, you bring about. What you focus on expands. You want to figure out, why am I not getting the results that I want? Figure out what is your behavior. What is your behavior? Are you sitting around watching Netflix all the time, chowing down on M&Ms? Well, maybe you're probably not having great sex because you feel like shit about your body, right? You're probably not making a lot of money. turn off the TV every now and again. Who cares if fucking Trump is president? How much does it impact your day to day to day? See, you have so much more fucking power than you ever even realized. Or maybe the truth is you realize how powerful you are and it's terrifying. Maybe you realize like, oh my God, I'm so powerful. I really have this thing I want to say. But if I did it, people would judge me. Maybe I'd be alone. What if the truth is maybe you would not be alone? You'd be with like your people, women who would celebrate you. What if you actually started saying what you really wanted to say and you attracted like the best fucking posse of girlfriends you ever had? What about that? Why are you focusing on like, ooh, giving up your sister who's got her like cubicle job and she's just like, I can never get out of my cubicle job. That's her choice. You can choose to be you. And think about, and this is one of the things, I have this really great group going on right now, and these like women are really awesome. My private clients are awesome. I'm actually in this place of wanting to create like a bigger community, a posse, like a mastermind of women who really are going to just fucking elevate themselves and push each other and celebrate. And I know we're doing that in my group now. We're celebrating. We've had people like have all kinds of breakthroughs, new clients, like it's exciting. What if you showed up knowing, just believing that as you elevate, you will, of course, attract into your life, not only like super awesome people, clients if you have a business, or the love of your life maybe, or maybe just you. God, do you hear me? What if you finally allowed yourself to get to know you? You. What if you finally allowed yourself to fall madly in love with you? Oh, God, do you get that? Like, I mean that so much. You know, I have my own life coach right now and I have to write all this shit out, right? I have to track all this stuff. And I've been having all of these ahas. So let me share a couple of my ahas with you. So I hired this woman because I'm in menopause. I'm going to lose weight. She's a life coach. And I'm just like, I want somebody to like help me with my thinking. Where am I limiting myself? Like I know, but it's different hearing it reflected back. But these are some of my ahas. It's like, instead of writing everything down, I've been kind of winging it. I've been like, or I'll write it down like the next day. Like what I ate, you know, how I've been feeling, all this kind of stuff. And I realize like when I wing it, it's not as powerful as when I'm really thinking about it. My ahas are, where's my ego here? Winging it. Instead of doing the work. In my business, I do the work. In my business, I'm tracking. I'm looking at numbers. I'm all of that kind of thing, right? Although I have winged it. And I realize that the more those times in my life that I've winged it are so much more stressful. So having a coach reflect back to me those ahas. And I say this is so funny because, you know, we teach what we have to know, right? Like systems are sexy. So when I say that, and I teach my clients that, whether they're my private clients, whether my group clients, whether my business clients, whether my corporate life coaching clients, like you got to have a system for habits. You've got to like look at this stuff systematically. And it's hard in the beginning to put these things into place. No question. That's why you need support. Because if you could have put them in place by yourself, yeah, what up? Truth. So anyhow, I realized like, oh, okay. Of course, as soon as I put the system into place, which only takes a few minutes to write this shit down, plan what I'm going to eat, make sure I go to Costco or, you know, Whole Foods and I've got all the beautiful food that I want and I'm sleeping really well and I'm going to bed at 8:30 and, you know, I'm got my little Fitbit on. So I'm like tracking how much sleep I am and blah, 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 blah. Don't have an espresso at 4:30 in the afternoon, Mary. It's like, oh, actually, it doesn't take that much time. It takes a couple weeks of commitment and then a couple weeks of like doing and then a couple weeks of accountability, right? It's like, first it's the aha moment. Then it's the like, I'm going to try it out moment. Then you have the moment of like, nah, I think I figured it out. I can let it go. And then you're like, shit ain't working. And you're like, well, maybe I got to do that shit. And then it's back to execution. That's like a cycle. I think I'll write that out. I have to write that out. It's like a cycle. What is the cycle for you? This is kind of how my business is run, right? Mindset, plan, systems, repeat, right? This is what I teach, but sometimes, we have to like examine like, oh yeah, that shit works for all my clients. I gotta, Okay. So side note, that was my, I like to share with you that I still hire people to help me think. So for those of you who are sitting around thinking, I don't know whether I should hire somebody. And first of all, don't tell me you don't have fucking money. I am so tired of that. I don't really know if I have the money. You know what? Most of you okay. Let me back up here. I know what it's like to be broke. I know what it's like to steal food from my mother's freezer when she wasn't home. Those days were not good. On the other hand, what I was spending my money on was drugs. So I was like spending money on drugs, but I go steal food from my mother. The point here is what? You fucking have money. Where are you spending it? Now, maybe you're not spending on a little bit of drugs. Maybe you're spending on, maybe you do need to cancel Netflix. Maybe you need to walk to the store if you live close by instead of driving. Maybe you shouldn't go out every Friday night and buy a $50 dinner. Like, where are you spending money where you could invest it in something? And some of you are like over 40 and you don't even have your own credit. Well, first of all, if you're over 20 and you don't, then now's the time to establish your credit, right? If you're over 30, you better fucking have some money put aside. If you're over 30 and you don't have your own credit and you don't have your own credit card and you don't have the means to buy what you want, that's a big problem. You got some money mindset stuff. I can help you with that. And if you're over 40 and you're not socking money away and you're just spending, oh girls, you got to get that shit together. And if you're not willing to invest in how to do that, when you're 65, you're going to be crying. You're going to be crying. Fucking crying. There's nothing scarier to me, and this is, I'm bringing my own shit here. There's nothing more horrifyingly, terrifying me out of my mind to think about being 60 and being broke. That terrifies me. Now, granted, I'm never going to have to worry about that. Thank you, Jesus. Because I know how to make money. Do you know how to make money? Do you know how to flip a switch and make $5,000? $1,500? Do you know what your expenses are? You struggle because you fail to look at what is the truth of your current situation and how you can stop pulling the rug out from under you so that you could actually have what you want. First of all, you're first afraid to even look at what's going on. Because if you had to look at what's going on, that could be painful. If you're married to an asshole, the reality is like that could be pretty painful. Realize I'm married to an asshole and I have to do something. I have to do something to make changes here. That could be like, I might have to get a divorce, which means I might have to live in an apartment. Okay. What's the bigger thing that you want? It's like, I had to look at like, why am I carrying around this extra 20 pounds for Christ's sake? What is it? What message is it? Okay. I got to do the work. If I do a group launch, what is it going to take? It's going to take me like being somewhat terrified, like a little bit of afraid of like, what if nobody loves it? I want everyone to love this stuff and really get something out of like, I invest a lot of time and energy and money in developing what I share. But you don't all have to do that. Like, look, one of the baselines that I teach my clients and when I'm teaching them to build their business is there's people everywhere. Go talk. Like I could go right now today. I could go out and meet people and today could be a $10,000 day for me. Like I have zero doubts on that. Do you have that ability? Do you have that kind of level of having done the work? In the beginning, I didn't do that. I would be like, hi, I'm Mary Bicknell. I'd be afraid to tell people. In the beginning, I said, yeah, like whether you're my business kind of client or a life coach, in the beginning, before I really elevated my thinking about who I wanted to attract as far as a lover and a husband and a life partner in my life, I dated a lot of frogs because I was afraid to allow myself to want that kind of man in my life. It's no different than wanting to have a successful business. It's the same thing. It's your thinking that's limiting you. It's a fear of actually even feeling your feelings and experiencing them. And so you go to get distracted. You go become a floating head. And you just breed more struggle when you're in that place. Woo! Okay. So, where does this take us now? Look, I believe in you so hard. Like, so for real. I believe in me so real. You know, I think about growing up in the apartment and my mom buying the same glasses for me. Like if the lenses were good, she'd replace the frame with the same frame. If the frame was still good and then lenses for years. So from like 3rd grade to like 9th grade, I have the same picture. That's why some of you are like, you have a million pair of glasses. Hell yeah. It's my own childhood trauma because I only had like 1 pair of glasses for years. My point is, it's just like, if I can do this, you can do this. You have to ask a better question, and that's how we started this out. Ask a better question. Instead of asking, is it worth it? Is it worth it? Ask the question, what's the value I'm choosing to get out of it? Ask a better question. This is how you regret-proof your life, by asking better questions. Instead of like, oh my God, I'm struggling. Have you hired anybody to help you? No, I don't know if it's worth it. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm struggling. Well, have you gotten help? No, I don't know if it's worth it. Is that worth it? Let me ask you. What's the worth of your life? What's the value of the years you could save? The aha moment. Sometimes, like literally, I think I was telling y'all that one of my clients, she stopped doing. She was going to go back and get a DSW, $90,000 doctorate, and she's like, I realized, like, what she was just distracting herself because she was hitting better plateaus of success. And I'm like, you know what? I am increasing my rates. You better call me. Because my rates are going up. Why? Because not just did I save her $90,000 or not, I didn't save her. Like I helped her with her paradigm shift because of all the mindset work we were doing. So I didn't save her. But that moment in time, like how much was that worth? Forget the 90 grand, like the years invested without getting a return. Some of my clients, when they stop drinking, what's the value of them having their life back? What's the value of them loving themselves at a different level? Because they're taking care of themselves, maybe for the very first time. How do you put a price tag on that? So is it worth it? You know, we could be like, is it worth it? Like, is it worth it? Yes, it's worth it. Start looking at the value and start looking at all that within your life, to your friends. What's the value of that friendship with Sally who's like, what? You're going to get a divorce? But why are you like Bob's such a nice guy. Why are you getting a divorce? You're so about you. What's the value? What are the value of the people, the things, the wasted time, like all of this? Be in examination mode and give me a call. Whoops, it's over here. Give me a call. I'm waiting to help you. I got you. Go enjoy the day and look for some pictures. I'm going to a rhododendron garden this afternoon. I'll talk to you later.